Hello everybody, my name is Kevin, and this is my bubble. That's my bubble, I guess. First off, just want to do a little quick shout out to the whole Witcher Let's Play. I have to redo 3 hours of the game that I already played because I'm not going to go into big detail, but mainly the main point is something happened that I did wrong that now affects where I'm at in the game currently. So I gotta go back to an old save from 3 hours prior and correct my mistake so the rest of the story plays out the way I want it to. I'll talk about that more in detail during the Witcher Let's Play. What I really want to talk about is last night, a group of friends and I, James included from Fractal Minds Entertainment, went out and seen 10 Witcher Lane. No, we went and saw 10 Cloverfield Lane, and I think in the entire theater, we may have been some of the only people to enjoy it, me and a group of 6 people. And I think the reason being is because original Cloverfield came out in 2008, and talking to the one guy at the end of the movie, he had no idea what was going on. The group he was with didn't have any idea what was going on. There were other people that, I guess you're going to call it a rally. They were all kind of rallying against the movie, I guess, by the end of it. And none of them knew what was going on. None of them even heard of the first Cloverfield. And that will really affect how you perceive 10 Cloverfield Lane. Because the events that happened in Cloverfield have a direct relation to what happened in 10 Cloverfield Lane. Even though it's a completely different story and it's a completely different group of people, it plays your mind throughout the entire movie, and by the end of it there's a twist that just brings it all together, and I honestly did not see it going in the direction they were going in, but I think all of us were pleased with the direction they went in. I'm sorry for all the hand movements. I'm not even Italian, I'm Scottish. Anyways, I think that they should have... I can appreciate what they did, but at the same time, I think they waited too long. Even though the movie got a pretty decent rating with Rotten Tomatoes, they were the exact opposites of Batman vs. Superman, mind you, like as far as ratings go. If you have not seen the first Cloverfield, you must see that before you see this one, because you won't get what happens at the end. Will that be a number 3? I'm not sure, but if they go with a number 3, this is where I'm going to start talking about some spoilers. If they go with a number 3, it's going to turn into a fighting aliens movie, which I don't want that. The whole thing with Cloverfield so far in both movies have been a survivalist mentality, or survivalist story. You got a group of people who are trying to survive. The first one, it's right in your face, giant monster, the Cloverfield monster is what it was known as. And in number 2, it's John Goodman, aka Nutso. Which like I said, this is going to be a bunch of spoilers. I'm going to kind of talk about what my perception was of the movie. Basically, John Goodman, I'm not going to give a summarization of the movie, because if you've seen it, you know what goes on. There's no reason for me to, and if you haven't seen it, go see it. I'm just going to talk about certain points of the movie. Anyways, John Goodman, I think, plays an excellent psychopath. Nah, he's not a psychopath. He's just one of those, I guess, nut jobs. And when I think of, like, what happened, I can see the conspiracy theorists. Like, if there's, like, conspiracy theorists out there, which there are, if they have a bunker like John Goodman did, they will be the ones prepared for such an event. That's the funny thing. That's the thing I find kind of humorous, is that if you survive and there happens to be someone with a bunker, that's who you're going to get stuck with. A guy who believes in aliens, that the United States is being taken over, or, doesn't trust the government. I found it very humorous in that sense, where if this were ever to happen in real life, that's who your most prepared people would be the conspiracy theorists. And that's who John Goodman plays in the movie, and I found that pretty fun. I think he played a very, very good, very convincing conspiracy theorist. And at one point, you lose yourself in the movie so much that there's some dialogue where he says, when he's talking about the Russians, he doesn't know what the outbreak, the nuclear fallout is. That's what the whole thing is. The whole premise is nuclear, where you think fallout. If you've seen the end of the first Cloverfield, the monster gets taken out by a nuclear bomb. Or, taken out, if you heard anything from the credits at the end of that movie. I will say this in case anyone's wondering. If you're looking to go see, is the Cloverfield monster? No, it's not there. The Cloverfield monster is nowhere to be found. Though at the end of the first one, it says he's still alive, which makes me think I would like to see it again. If it shows up at number 3, great. But anyways, back, I got a little off topic. So the whole movie, you're thinking there's a nuclear fallout, and you think that's what they're staying in this bunker for. And obviously, the one woman, I can't think of her name at the moment, but she was kidnapped, or saved, rescued from a car accident. And in the whole entire time, like, the first, I want to say 30 minutes of the, I'd say 20 minutes, first 20 minutes of the movie, she's trying to survive John Goodman. She wakes up, she's chained up and all this stuff. Makes you think psychopath has her. You think she's going to be like raped or something. Just very sadistic, sick things you think are running through your mind. And she plays a very scared person, very good. And when she does finally make the attempt to escape, there's a woman, at the window who has like skin melting off. What you would think would be from like fire or some kind of gas or nuclear fallout. And it convinces you to go in a whole different direction with your mind and where you think the movie's going to go. And then at the end of it, they just pull it out with aliens attacking. And you think that you hear this noise, you hear the noises throughout the movie, and you think, helicopters are looking for this girl who's been kidnapped or something. And because you don't know what time this is, you don't know when, is it before the Cloverfield monster? Is it during? Is it after? In my mind, was after because of the nuclear fallout. My mind was also in the sense of, if they're looking for her, like if this Cloverfield monster just attacked New York City, how do the helicopters have time to look around for her? Or what, like, I picture kidnappings and stuff would be very small time when it comes to, giant alien monsters attacking the world, or in this case, or New York City in the first one. It's interesting to see. You always see just what the one city does. You don't see how the rest of the world reacts. How will Japan react if a city in New York gets attacked? It's an interesting perception. But anyways, I don't even think it tells you. I think it's in the South because she sees a sign that says Houston and everything. So she is in the South, so she's in a different area, not even where the monster was. So it did attack more than just New York because it's in Houston, and not just a monster, but aliens. When she walks out, there's a spaceship. I said it blew my mind. I thought it was brilliant direction because at the end of the first Cloverfield, you see very shortly the kind of a teaser. Like a meteorite or a comet come out, or it's not a comet, but a meteorite come out and fall into the water. And that's the Cloverfield monster coming from space. You're so focused on the monster that, from the first one, that you think that's the direction they're going to go in. When the big picture is, where did the monster come from? And you get your answer in this movie. It's the freaking space invasion, alien invasion rather. And need some water real quick. Get dry mouth. I thought it was a brilliantly done, brilliantly told, because you don't know where it's going, and the acting was great. Emmett, I think, was the guy, I'm gonna call him Bodunk guy. I don't like the word redneck. He was just a country guy, not the most intelligent one. But I mean, there was some humor. Like in the first Cloverfield, you have some humor. There was some pretty good interaction going on between the characters. Again, John Goodman's character was... At first, I thought there was a love interest in the girl he rescued. Turns out, you know, he was kind of replacing her with his daughter, and he wanted another daughter, basically. So you have a whole different survival going on. And just like I was thinking, the helicopters and stuff would not have... the police force, if there's this monster attack, do you really focus on kidnappings and lost people? What goes on? And sure enough, when she finally escapes, all these noises you thought were helicopters, it's a freaking spaceship. And then aliens, and I said it. The movie was great. I thought they did it very well. And where you thought they were going to go with it, they were so cryptic in the trailers. They didn't give anything away. I thought I was thoroughly pleased with the movie. And one thing that kind of got me too, and it goes with that whole direction thing, was I can't remember if it was the director Matt Reeves or if it was producer J.J. Abrams, but one of them said that during the filming the first Cloverfield, because the whole thing's in a camcorder and it's FBI footage, so that was, I can't say enough. Cloverfield I was a very big fan of, but for it to be, okay, this is FBI footage, so you're watching it, it's a camcorder. It's FBI footage, that's why it's only 82 minutes long. I can't remember if it was Reeves or Abram, but they said that during the moment where they're on the bridge and the tail of the monster destroys the bridge, just before that moment, you see, and through the camcorder, you see another guy with a cell phone or another camcorder, I can't remember, recording the same event. And they said that in their mind, they could see another story being told right there from that guy with his camcorder. And when I first heard that, I was a little worried. I didn't want the same story told, but through someone else's eyes. I didn't really see the point of that, and I'm so happy they didn't go in that direction. I would have loved to see the Cloverfield monster. I loved what they did with that. It was just like a lost giant baby. I just think they pulled off both movies so well, and they definitely went into a different direction. Why they chose it to be a woman who's kidnapped and trying to survive that the entire movie, it's interesting. And for it to be, for the first one, I think the first one was referred to as Cloverfield or something to that effect. And like the footage, was it Project Cloverfield? And I wonder if like Cloverfield Lane was the name of the place she was staying at, if she's somehow involved with, like, when after they fought, like, are we seeing the first one after they won and they're already back in New York City and took the footage from the ground, and now they're just kind of like capturing everything that's happened? Like, it's so interesting. Your mind goes in so many different directions. Like, how did the FBI get that footage from New York? It was a nuclear bomb, so there's nuclear fallout. You can't just go back in New York City. It's done for years. You can't go back there. I guess if you have gas masks and stuff like that, but still, what makes you want to go just to some area with wearing gas masks? And I should mention at the end of it, the monster's not even dead. It says that, you know, through static, it says it's still alive. So it makes you wonder is this after the events of, like, did we successfully defend and now they're just picking up the pieces and they just happen to find the camcorder? So we saw the beginning of Cloverfield, but way in the future, because it's footage from the event that happened in New York City. And now this one it does play after that recording, but it takes place after the events of that recording, but now we're seeing the story of where it's going to lead to, because at the end of that one, she's going to go join the Resistance and pull a John Connor, I assume, except not against robots. Or not John Connor, but Sarah Connor. There you go. I had it. Like I said, there's so many different ways you can go with it, and I think that so far the story, the direction they're going with the story is brilliant. I think it's well told. I think the actors they have seem realistic to their environment. It's John Goodman is amazing. I can't say enough about the movie. I thought it was great. If you've seen the first one, I think you will enjoy the second one. The story is brilliantly told, and yeah, definitely give it a shot. I definitely recommend it. The whole group of us, all 6 of us that were there last night. So yeah, this is my first official video or movie review, and thank you if you made it this far. If you watched the entire thing, I appreciate it. Please like the video, subscribe, and whatnot. Do all that stuff that you normally do with other people, more popular than I am. Anyways, until next time, I will see you all. My name is Kevin, and I'll see you next time in the bubble.